And you are now in the den with your favorite host right here in Jacksonville, Florida. Yes, yes, we back in the den with it. And I'm sitting here with my friend today, VinChi Shakur. I said it right.
That's right.
All right, so update the people. Tell them a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you do, why you doing what you do.
All right, for the most part, for those who don't know, it's your boy VSD VinChi Shakur. I'm a rapper, obviously. Melodic singer, you know, business owner, entrepreneur. And I do what I do because I'm passionate about it. I live with purpose, so I'm purpose driven. If I do something and there's no purpose, I'm really not, like, I'm just doing it for the sake of doing something, which is not meaningful. So I'm
Right.
kind of purpose driven for expression and poetry.
Okay. So I got a question. You said a melodic singer. That's not the first time I've heard that. I heard that with Candy when Trout Decker when I interviewed them. She said the same thing. So can you break it down for us what a melodic singer is?
Okay, I mean, other people probably got their own perspective of it, but to me, melodic, it's like a melody of harmonizing, but it's not like I could sing like Aaliyah. You know what I mean? It's not like I sound like Beyonce or I got Anthony Hamilton voice. Not like that. It's more like you singing very passionately, but with a melody. So it's melodic.
Okay.
Because to me, I can't sing, but to somebody else, they be like, that shit sound good.
And that's without the auto tune.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now we got to go find one of your songs that you singing in. So how do you continue your learning and growing in your field? How do you continue the learning and growing?
To me, I consider myself a nerd. So constantly, I'm just reading, I'm searching. If I watch a movie, I think you could be 50 to 60 years old. In life, you're always going to continuously learn something. Life is constantly going to teach you something. And you have to be aware and woke to actually see the signs and the lessons that it's teaching you. Because you can overlook it,
Really?
but I'm reading constantly. I love books. If I watch a movie, most people watch a movie and see entertainment. Like, oh my God, it's a dope movie. To me, I'm breaking the movie down. Like, why would they put this in here? What does this mean? Like, I'm trying to learn something, even in the movie, you know? So it's
That's
constant for me. Even if
dope.
I go outside and look at some plants, I'm learning from a tree. It's crazy how much you can learn by being
Yeah,
still.
little things that you look for when you're looking at. Like I watched Empire like 50 times. I'm not watching it for the acting. I
Right.
love people. Yeah, she the bomb, but it's actually trying to learn how in the heck is they building the empire. Like even though it's so much crazy stuff, but it's reality of life. Like all of this stuff really goes on in life. So I'm putting all this together. Like okay, they built the empire though. No matter what they went through, the empire still got built at the end of the day through the struggles and everything. So I watched that movie like 50 million times.
Yes.
Pick different things on how to grow, what I'm doing, how to deal with people, what you're gonna run into, the community, how to
Yes.
is all of
Yup.
that. So I can
Constant.
yes. So can you share with us any success stories, individuals that has helped you or mentored you?
Say that again?
Can you share with us any success stories from any individual that have mentored you or helped you along this journey?
Well, at the very beginning, I could say, there was a couple people actually. But like you mean as far as this career right here, music?
Yes.
Um, at the very beginning, I could say it was like live reviews. Like TayKelley was one of them actually, because when I first got with that process of live interviews, I really didn't know what I was doing because I was like fresh out of prison and I was just winging it, jumping in multiple different live reviews. But when I got with him, he kind of used to give you certain guidance. That'd be like, yeah, you should try this. You should try magazine write-ups. You should try creating more content. I won't even create content. I ain't like that. Like I don't like doing that, posting and responding. But it had me like this was going on in this new day era. I don't know how long you was locked up, but this was happening. So I had to get familiar with that content, responding, down to making music. Even changed when I jumped in. I think making it mad with Kelby. See, because it was like, you record a song, don't mean you should just put it out. Like you're actually looking for a hit now. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm learning from probably TayKelley, Kelby, even Big Seth from Time to Grind Radio, and the way he used to structure things, I was like, oh shit, I'm lacking structure. So I kind of learned something from all these guys that already been in this field. They already got experience, and I'm just learning piece by piece from multiple different people. And that kind of helped, me with direction and guidance. And everybody needs it. Everybody got to have a mentor, even if it's not directly your mentor. I probably could just look at your gram and learn so much of how you putting things together. Like, oh, this is how they do this.
Right. Yeah. And Kelby give it to you straight. So I know you got some knowledge.
Yeah, he's straight up. You got to have tough skin. It's like, at first I used to get offended. Like, yo, who are you talking to like that? But then I realized, like, oh, this is constructive. And if you're not built for this type of skin, like, you're not built for this, you shouldn't be in the game. Because I see now that entertainers, they get tore down on Instagram, Twitter, and it might not even be true, but they'll tear you down. But they got to have tough skin to keep going.
Fact. That's right. So how do you overcome self-doubt?
Self-doubt? That's crazy. I'm trying to think the last time I doubted myself.
Ooh,
I kind of just keep pushing. I convince myself it ain't real, like it's not real. And I think about the most painful situations I probably had in life, and it motivates me for some reason. Like I'm driven off pain. Like if you listen deeply to my songs, you're like, damn, it expressing nothing but pain every time.
Yes.
It's a motivator.
That caught our attention, the one we was getting all the shoutouts. Even though, they was talking at the beginning, when you first came in with the lyrics, it was like, this dude done been through some shit. Like, and you felt that. And even, them giving the shoutouts and, saying how good you are and, you keep it moving and the motivation. It was like, it was very touching when you first came in with the lyrics. Like, okay, he got a story to tell. And it just locked right in because you got some greats at the beginning. So it's like, I gotta see what you about to talk about and see what say. Yeah. Okay. So with that being said, I brought that, to talk about mental health. This is May. We're going on with it. People are really, dipping in, telling their stories on everything and how they've been feeling about mental health. How does that partake in your life, especially as an artist and in your music?
Okay, as an artist, sometimes it's difficult because I know I'm aware of my own mental health now more than I was before. Because it was something that, like, say you had an issue, right? Or what can I use? Something simple that usually a lot of people say, oh yeah, bipolarism, right? And you have mood swings constantly. I talk about that in my music sometimes. I have mood swings, and I'm like, I don't think I should hide this because I know I'm not the only person that probably suffer with mental health issue, or whether it's a disorder or you just have low mental health. You know what I mean? Like you don't look at yourself in a proud way. You don't think highly of yourself. You lack confidence. That's a mental health issue as well, whether it's diagnosed or undiagnosed, whatever. But now I just express it out and put it out there. Like, yo, I ain't the only person that had mood swings. Females have them all the time. I just seen a boss at a job had a mood swing. I was like, oh, this is normal. But we shy away from it, and be afraid. So I put it in my music, how I have mood swings. Even in Superstar, I talk about how I'm surrounded in darkness. That's a figment of your imagination. You're really not surrounded in darkness. It's just how you view that situation you was in.
That's real.
And being a superstar, like the title of that song was more like, all right, I'm not saying I'm on stage and I got all these awards and I made it, I'm out there, I'm a superstar. It was more of a figment of my imagination saying you're up and beyond whatever you used to be. You out succeeded yourself mentally in a mental health area towards now you are a superstar in that area because you learn how to control these behaviors, whether it was depression. Because I was going through a lot of depression at one point. I think I was slumped in depression for like 3 years. And nobody really knew. I think they knew, but they didn't look at it as depression. They look at it like, oh, this nigga crazy. He doing this, he doing that, and they just see the outside shell of a man. But to go in there, you be like, oh, he's hurting. He doesn't know how to deal with it. And this is the result of it. I think if I had probably a little more guidance in that area and told somebody straight up really what was going on, I think they probably would have assisted me and helped me differently.
Right.
But I learned the hard way through pain. And it actually empowered my music to come out even better. Like that's how I'm the artist I am today. Because sometimes I just want to rap hard, but it come out passionately singing and melodically again. You know what I mean?
And that's real. And I'm glad you spoke so about it. I just have to go deeper into the question as far as when it to men dealing with mental health or men dealing with depression. You know, as women, we really don't understand how to help or, you know, be in the area. I know it's only certain things we can do because we're not men. But when it comes to dealing with men in depression, what are some of the things that people can do or friends can do to help those people get through what they're getting through? Because a lot of people, well, I ain't gonna say a lot of men that I've dealt with that go into that state of mindset,
Right.
they go away, you know.
They
And like,
close in. They go into their man cave. They close
right,
up.
right. So what do you?
I think if a man does that, if he close up, you have to allow him time to process it, because you know we're analytical. We analyze a lot of things, and you know we're not like the females who is, they're very more expressive, and they got to talk to a girlfriend or somebody. They got to get this out. Men, we thinkers. So what we do, we sit back and we go into our man cave, and we're not going to talk unless we actually figured it out. We try to fix things. That's why we like on Father's Day, they like, oh, get them a hammer. We fixers. We like to fix problems. So
Right.
when it comes to whether it's a mental health situation, especially, and a man going to his man cave, he's fixing it in his mind. He's not going to come out. You can't talk to him and convince him to come out of it. You're going to aggravate him. He's going to come out differently because he got to process it. Now, if he doesn't process it in that way, and you keep talking to him and it just come out, it's going to come out in a whole different way you don't want it to come out.
Feelings gonna be hurt.
Yes. You got to let that man process that energy that he's dealing with, or that problem, so he can fix it mentally first.
Okay, that's real. We needed that. I needed that.
Yeah. Because I know that some women, they pressure their men and like, talk to me, what's going on? He about to go berserk. He might come out wrong. He might close up so much because, you know, usually not, I'm not going to state anybody directly, but usually I've seen situations in relationships where though the woman keep pressuring him. And when he does finally let it out, she's using that as a weapon to attack him the next time he does something wrong. He like, damn, so now the next time you try to talk to him, she's like, damn, he's so isolated. He separated himself mentally and verbally from me. And it's like he afraid to open up to you, because when he did, you kind of used it as a weapon against him. So now he's no longer, you could try, he's going to probably play it off, but he's not going to be as open again because you took that piece away from him.
That is so deep. Ladies. That is
That's real. That's real though.
I know. Okay. So with that as well, what is some of the approaches you use to build strong professional relationships?
Hold on, say that one more time.
What is some of the approaches that you use to build strong professional relationships?
Listen, I probably used to overtalk people, or I think I know it all. And that's not how you even build any professional relationship at all. You know what I mean? Or being arrogant, super cocky, like, you know, because most artists think they all that. You know, like Kelby said, artists are shitty people. You know what I mean? And
just about to say, you succeeded through him, so you have definitely humbled yourself.
Right. And either you gonna humble yourself for life, you'll start cutting off these bridges and branches of a tree that you actually need to hang on to, and you realize it. I did it a couple of times. I messed up relationships with some business people. I was like, damn, I messed that up. But as time go by, you learn from that.
Right.
You have to learn from it, not to do it again with the next person or the next, you know, business venture that you have going on. So I learned from that. And it was painful, but gotta proceed.
Yeah.
And not do it again.
Because you like that.
Sometimes I wish I could go back and apologize, like, yo, I'm so sorry. I was out of it at that time, you know. I was bullshit. I lied about this. I'm sorry.
So can you share with us any inspiring quotes or any mantras or anything that stands out that keeps you motivated and as you go throughout your day?
Yes, definitely. As a man thinketh, so shall it be. You know, and that was from a book, As a Man Thinketh, by James Allen, and it pushes me throughout my day, throughout my weeks and months, because as I think it, so shall it be. I used to think so negative, like, nah, they probably not my friends, or they probably trying to do this, and that's exactly what happens, because so shall it be. You thinking negative, you're gonna absorb that. Even in the universe, you're gonna pull that towards you. So now I changed the way I think, how I look at situations. I always see something good in it. Even in a bad situation, I'm supposed to learn something from that. I'm not gonna take it personally, but I'm looking at it like objectively, you know? I'm supposed to have learned something from that. So yeah, as I think, so shall it be.
And that's real too. A lot of people I try to be optimistic a lot about a lot of things. And sometimes that bothers people. They're like, why you gotta be positive about so much? Why? And I'm like, why I'm gonna sit here and be negative about it? Like,
Right. Right. Because some people think like, damn, I can't do that. You know what? You really can't. Because you just convinced the whole entire universe and every cell in your body that you can't do it. So it's going to work in its favor to make sure you don't do it. Because it believes you. Your subconscious is going to absorb that and take it like, oh, snap, we can't do it. And it's going to make sure you don't do it.
That's what said.
So that's like it's like manifestation. You know, you speak it, you're creating it.
Right. And I'll switch it up. I'll be like, nah, you can't do it, but I
got this. I got it.
I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to figure out a way.
And I don't think failure is actually a failure to me. I think failure is not even attempting to try.
Or you quit.
You know, because if you try to attempt and try something and it don't work, you tried that and you learned what didn't work so you could try it again.
Right.
But if you don't attempt and try it all, yeah, you definitely a failure at that. And you doubted yourself, yeah.
Real bad.
Yup.
So, can you share with us any of VinChi's strategies for effective decision making in high pressure situations in the industry?
High pressure situations in the industry.
When you're working on the edge.
I'm working on the edge. I usually try to calm my spirit. I become very quiet. And I try to see things through. Because sometimes I have anxiety or fear that it might not look right or it might not work. Again, that's where the self-doubt comes in at. And in my mind, what I do is say, do it anyway. Because if you do it and you fail and they laugh at you or they try to humiliate you, that's okay. You gave them something to talk about. And there's no such thing as like bad publicity. You're being spoken upon, so that's good. It'll make people look for you. So I looked at that as something good in a bad situation. Like, you know what, do that shit anyway. Matter of fact, if you don't do it, what else are you gonna do? You gotta do it anyway. So it's just pushing myself, remaining calm and doing it anyway, despite whatever the outcome may be.
That's real. That's just like me when I started out my podcast. I started out in the club,
Scary, right?
Yeah, but I was real big on the alcohol and all of that. So that set the tone then. But when people see me now, it's more of a respect because now when I go out, I'm not that same person. So it's like
growth
at me, and I'm like, dang, I done grew. I can sit here like a big girl,
Yeah.
Getting a different type of respect from people, and they respect them because they seen, like you said, they seen you fail. They saw you going through all the misery, the pain. They saw that, and then now they're like, she's still going. And if I'm out or I'm out somewhere, it's a different type of respect. They're like, hey, Nala.
Yeah, you got multiple people in the dinner with you, Nala.
Deal with it, baby. Yeah, so yeah, it's different. It's real different. So what's some of the approaches that you take to fostering your culture in your music?
My culture? It's sort of like how Nas did in his music, whereas though he talk about the hardships, like you basically a news reporter and you're reporting, what you hear, what you see with all your senses, and what you see is struggle. You see people, I see mothers with 3 kids working 2 jobs and doing DoorDash and still don't have enough money for certain things. I'm like, that's a struggle, that's painful, but she got to smile and keep going for the children, right? I see dudes who probably mess their life up, got a record, come home, get a job, and all they do is work to the point they really forget about themselves,
Wow.
Hold on, did it cut off?
No, I'm here.
Oh, I'm sorry, somebody was trying to call in.
Probably.
Yeah, and almost lost train of thought. But yeah, I did lose train of thoughts when they did this. They did it twice. I'm sorry. So yeah, I forgot. Yeah, there you go. They be struggling in the hood, right? As far as jobs, I speak upon that. Things I speak upon in my music be family matters, family issues that people kind of stray away from. Like, it's too touchy, don't talk about it. And I'm talking about that shit. You know what I mean? Because I sing, well, I know, I ain't gonna say I sing. I personally was young as a boy, and I thought, you know, you're not supposed to have a voice. Like, when grown-ups talking, shut up. All right, cool. Well, when I say do this, do it. That's it. And if you voice your opinion, you get in trouble. So you grow up, you become a teenager. And people are like, why you so quiet? Why you so rebellious? It's like, yo, I don't have a voice. You know, I was taught not to speak. You know, and they don't. The adults don't even know they're programming that. You know. So now I think that's why I started creating music. Actually, that was the only way I could speak. That was my only way I could have a voice. And you can't shut my music down. I don't care if 2 people hear it. I need them 2 people to listen to me. You know what I mean?
Right. And that's all it takes.
Yes, that's the way I had a voice. So to me, it was like, again, that was like how Nas did. You know, you tell a story. You tell a story. Even Slick Rick used to do it, whether it was, you know, comical or real life situations like Biggie Smalls. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's like you're a news channel. You're reporting everything that you feel, that you see in your environment, and basically, you're not the only one going through it. So that is your culture, because you're not the only person that grew up in the middle of the hood with a pack of hot dogs in the refrigerator and the lights off, you know, sleeping on the floor in the wintertime with no heat.
Eating a mayonnaise sandwich.
That's some, you know, I see rappers like they kind of talk about, you know, either drilling, which is whatever, that's your thing, or, you know, how they got it all. And I'll be like, yo, none of y'all niggas ain't never struggled. That's why I put it in my music, like the song Conan. I talk about how sleeping on the floor, having no eggs, no milk. Like, I had to use my coat as a cover. Like, that's where I came from.
That's real. Okay, so we're finna get you to tell the story, because you know about my wild card. You're gonna be ready for
I gotta tell the story.
Yes. So in the wild card, before I let you go, the wild card is for you to give us a 16 bar out of any song that you want to give us. If you do it out of your song, tell us the name, why you chose that song, and then do the freestyle. If you finna make up something, then just do the freestyle and we'll talk about it afterwards.
Okay. Rule 1, find out where he lives. Run up in his crib while he's chilling with his kids. And if you think about bringing you the noise, I suggest you give it to him while you're hanging with his boys. Now, rule 2, you plot, peeping if he bitch, because never do you ever want to beef with a snitch. Now, rule 3, strategizing and waiting. That's how you play the game that was designed by Satan. Rule 4, bitches you fucking, you don't adore them. They get some niggas to get you 4 in the morning. Please understand this. Never do you ever underestimate a chick, because these bitches is scammers. Rule 5, don't be thinking that you live. Trust me, the streets is watching. You gotta think wise. Rule number 6 and 7, they go together. Whether friend or enemy, shit, prepare for the weather. The shit that's thin and sweet becomes thick. Get your head chopped off and straight mounted on a stick. Now, rule 8, my favorite. You watch those who hate. Keep your eye up on them niggas, because they dead in your face. They laugh, joke, and smile whenever they come around, knowing in your heart that they plotting to put you down. And rule 9, you on the streets, nigga, at least keep a 9. Try to stay focused, let nothing take you off your grind. And rule 10, you labeled that as food and you think you're gonna lose. You ain't follow these rules.
That was more than 16 bars. So you just made all that up?
Yeah. I don't even like freestyling. Like,
let me gather what you just said. Okay. That was deep. You just did it off the top of your head.
Yes, you say tell a story.
That's amazing. We ain't had nobody do that in the past years. When we first started, we had a cipher going. We had one dude to do it. Ain't nobody ever came on here and just freestyle their own. They always get, their lyrics out their song.
Right. Yeah, that's not recorded. I don't have that recorded.
Or unless from off, I'd be like, you got to talk about the DM POWER904 or something like that. I have to give them something. They'll do it. But other than that, nah, that was deep. We got to play that separate. That's going in the cipher.
No doubt.
All right. So I'm going to let you get ready to go. But before I go, leave me with things. If this was the last time, which it ain't gonna be, if I ever talk to you, what 3 things would you leave me with, and tell me why?
3 things I'll leave you with.
It's VinChi.
Pay attention to your mental health. Love yourself. Do whatever you want to do. Don't doubt yourself. Continue to do it regardless. You're here to learn, experience, and evolve, just like a plant in life. Continue pushing. Be patient. Sometimes be silent. Like shut the fuck up and listen to people, you know?
And that's real.
And I said those three things because that's kind of wrapped up everything we was talking about as far as like mental health, self-doubt, how to deal with people, even men who close in. Sometimes you just gotta be patient, you know, and let them come out of that shell themselves, you know? So that's kind of wrapped up our little talk.
I just learned everything. In the day, it went deep for the day though. I was ready.
Right? I appreciate you having me on the show in the
No
Den with Nala.
Yes, and you will be in June 15th magazine. That's why I was pushing it like I gotta get him before June so I can get it in there.
Definitely, definitely. I appreciate the opportunity.
No problem. So tell the people where they can find you at.
And you can find me on Instagram at VinChi_Shakur. I'm on Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, on every platform there is, every social platform, you know, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook. I'm on everything.
He everywhere. All right, VinChi, we thank you for stopping in, taking the time out for your second interview, making sure we get everything together for you. Again, you right here in the den with your girl Nala on Power 904, and you are now on our radar.
Enigma out now. Listen to Enigma.
Enigma, yes.